today's video, I'm going to show you how to do reverse stamping. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. So the first thing is going to be this stamping plate from Maniology. It's the M179, and I'm going to use this flower up here, I think. The colors that I'm using are these ones. So here's the name, it's just black, El Dorado, sweet peach, and sour apple. As far as, oh, and on this finger I have some of the Mani mask on so that I don't have to use acetone around my cuticle because my hands dry out really easily. So as far as stampers go, my favorite is not Maniology, but that was because I had an old ice cube stamper of theirs, and before they came out with these like newer stampers, I hadn't tried theirs in a long time. So they have a stickiness to them, so it makes it easy to pick up the images now instead of like the old ice cube stampers that they had. But my favorite is this brand, the P-U-E-N, Queen, I guess. I find it has a little bit of stick to it, but it's more so it's more hard and not as squishy as the Maniology, and I find that it's easier to pick up images. I just got that off of Amazon. I'm also going to use these two brushes that I got off Amazon, and I cut the bristles off to make this smaller, and so that it gets into smaller crevices, and then you're just a dotting tool, so it's not hard to do. But I'm first going to take my black, and you want to kind of work fast. So when I'm doing this, my favorite thing to do is to lay down my stamping polish at the top, swipe downwards, and then when I pick up, you'll see that I start from the bottom, like left of the image, and I roll upwards. So I'm going this way. So hopefully you will be able to see what I'm doing. Stamping is kind of just one of those things that you need to just keep practicing in order to kind of get the hang of it. Do you see that it picked up so easily? So I'm going to take I just have a lint roller, and I'm going to take off the excess of what I don't want for my image. And then off to the side, I have cotton balls and 100% pure acetone. And I'm going to use that to clean my plate off. And it cleans super easily. So we are done with the stamping plate. Oh, and the colors that I have down on my hand, I forgot to mention, are from OG Dip Powder, and they are in the color True Love's Kiss and Stevie. I also forgot to mention you're going to need the sticky base coat from Maniology and the smudge-free top coat. If you've never reverse stamped before, if you are coloring in and say your dotting tool touches the black part of your stamp that has already dried, it's going to pick up your image. So what I do, I let this dry just a couple, but I'm going to take the smudge-free top coat and just a thin layer. I'm going to paint over the top of this image. I'm not going to touch the image. I'm just going to kind of float it over the top like that, and you're going to let that completely dry, and then we'll move on to the next steps. So this is dried. I'm actually going to bring in this yellow color too called Go Be You, and because I noticed that the center of the flower has a little spot in it, so I'm probably going to want to fill that in with something. And you just start filling in and doing the smudge-free top coat over the top is going to make it so you are not picking up the image. That is what it looks like. I'm actually going to let this dry, and then I'm going to take white polish from Maniology, and I'm going to go over the entire back of this just because it's going to help the image stick out more on my nail. So after this dries, I'm going to go in with this and I will show you that. Okay, so there we go. It's just, you can eliminate that step if you want to. I just find that it really helps bring the color out on my nail. So the only thing with this is it's going to add another layer onto your nail. So you're gonna have to let that completely dry. I'm gonna give it like a good 20 minutes. And then I will be back and we will do the next step. The image has set and it's completely dry, so now I'm going to go in with the sticky base coat from Maniology. And when you first start using this, it's a bit to get used to because if you let it dry too much, it's not going to pick up your image, and if you don't let it dry enough, it will like smear your design. So I'm gonna put a generous amount on, and I'm going to let this sit for like 20 seconds maybe. I'm using my UV lamp as a timer over here. Okay, so then you're just going to take your image and put it on your nail, just like that. And if you can see where we put the no smudge top coat, it's kind of come off the side. So what I do for that is I just take a file and gently, in a downward motion, take that excess off. Kind of like if you were using a water slide decal or something like that. So just make sure your image is pushed down. There we go. I guess I didn't need the barrier around my cuticle. I just really didn't want to have to use acetone. So then I'm going to take the no smudge top coat, and I just do this to make sure that my image doesn't happen to smear when I'm putting on my, I just said that and then I smeared it a little right there, but that's okay. When I'm putting on my, yeah, so don't like rub it like I did, because it will smear your image a little bit. Just kind of like float it over, but I want to let that completely dry, and then I'm going to go in with my gel base coat and my gel top coat, cure those, and then I will show you pictures at the end. So that is all there is to reverse stamping. Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.